If you are a Salesforce admin or someone who works in Salesforce, you would like to usually track the history of what values were on a field, and you can actually do this within Salesforce. So let's say that we're on our lead object, and I'm trying to track certain fields, so I can go to Set History Tracking, and it will actually keep track of the history of certain fields. So let's go ahead and select a field here that I want to track, and I hit Save, but there's a problem. There's a limitation. If I try to track more than 20 fields, Salesforce will not allow me to do so. So there is a way around this though. If you use LeanData, because within LeanData, you can actually track more fields and you can do this on the LeanData Logs object. So what I will do is I will go over here to my object manager and I'm going to look for the logs object. And this one right here, LeanData underscore underscore log, double underscore C. So this is the object where your audit logs get stored. And obviously your audit logs will be shown to you in the LeanData interface in a very digestible format. But all of that data is actually contained in a Salesforce object called LeanData Log. Now, with this object, you can actually create your own fields, and then you can map certain fields on your lead record to be stored on these custom fields on the logs object. So here's what we're going to do. Let's say you want to keep track of the status field on your leads. So you want to make sure that you know what the status was on a lead at the time that it was routed. So what I can do here is I can actually create a new field on my logs object. So I'll go ahead and create a new field. Let's select a text field. There we go. And then I'm going to label this field lead status at time of routing. Okay, and then let's just make this length 80, and then I'll hit next, and then I'll hit next again, and then we're going to save this field onto the logs object. Okay, great. So you can do this for as many different fields as you want. The only limitation is really the number of fields that an object can hold in your Salesforce instance. So there are quite a few that you can track using this method. So now I have a field on my logs object that can capture or store the lead status at the time of routing. Now what we'll do is head over to LeanData, and within the routing section, just go to the object that you would like to set up this for. In this case, it's going to be leads, but you can do this for any other object as well. Then you go to Advanced Settings and then Routing Metrics Mapping. And what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to look for the field that I want to map over to my logs object. For us, that's going to be the status field from the routed lead. So I'll find that status field. Okay, and then I need to select the corresponding field on my log object. And that's going to be lead status at time of routing, the field that I just created. I'm going to go ahead and click Add Mapping. And you can continue to do these mappings for whatever other fields you want to map, but I'll just do this one for now. And then I'll go ahead and hit Save. So from this point forward, whenever LeanData routes a record or processes it within Lead Router, we will take the status of the lead record at the time that it was routed before any of the routing actions, and then we will stamp that value onto this lead status at time of routing field. Now, where can you actually access this data? Well, the logs object is an object in your Salesforce instance, and therefore it's an object that you can create your own reports on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over here to another tab. I have a Create Reports page pulled up, and then here you can see that you can generate a report and create a report for the logs object. So I will just go ahead and click on Logs, click on Start Report, and then now you can create a report on your logs object, and you can include whatever fields that you have added and mapped. So let's say you can do the owner field, pre-owner, and then you can do the post owner. Actually, whatever fields that are available on your typical audit logs, you can also pull into these log reports as well. But crucially, what you can also do is you can add in your custom fields. So the lead status field at time of routing field we just created, I can pull that in. And of course, it's going to be empty here because I just added this field. So no log records will have this populated as of yet, but moving forward, it will. So great. This is a great way for you to add additional fields to track rather than the ones that you have in Salesforce's native implementation. So I hope that helps.